away until there we are. I think we're up there now. Good afternoon, everybody. Wominjika, and welcome to Melbourne Park for the AO 2026 official draw. I'm Todd Woodbridge, and before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. I'd also like to pay my respects to elders past and present. Well, we're looking forward to the first Grand Slam of 2026 getting underway, and joining me to help host this ceremony today is Jelena Dokic. Jelena, welcome to you. Great to see you on Melbourne Park land.
Yeah, thank you. So excited to be here. It's so special, and it's really a pleasure to be doing the draw today. I can't wait to see what matchups will be drawn, and we'll just have it in a couple of minutes.
What's going to unfold? Well, joining us over here to my left is the tournament referee Wayne McEwen and the tournament director Craig Tiley. Craig, before we do something special here, how about this opening week? It's been fantastic, particularly last night. You must have been happy with the 1 point slam.
It was a great spectacle for the sport, and it's good to see you, Jelena, and Todd again. I think I see you often during the day. But it was fantastic. The players' emotions on the court, winning against amateurs, and then having Jordan win it last night was. And if you saw the players in the locker room and in the lounge, they stayed all the way to the end, jumping up and down, because the emotion of it was incredible. So we got a lot of positive comments from it from last night.
So opening week, it's been fantastic, but we do have to turn our attention now to the draw, and of course the tournament, the main draw starting on Sunday. What are you looking forward to the most?
Well, there's so much to look forward to. It's not just the tennis, all the activities which everyone out here has really had a chance to take advantage of across the entire precinct. We're also going to see great tennis being played from day one, because the number of players that are in this draw and the strength of those players and how they're coming in with their pre-season, there's going to be a lot of interesting matches. So on all the courts across the precinct, whether you're seeing a player practice or warm up before the match or actually play, I'm particularly looking forward to everyone getting out there and the Aussies do well.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing our defending champion. Are you looking forward to that, everybody out here? Because Jannik Sinner is about to make his way down here to bring his trophy, the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup. That'll be accompanied by the Daphne Akhurst Memorial Cup. And as he makes his way down, unfortunately, there he is. He'll be here in just a moment. Madison Keys isn't with us today because she's still over competing in Adelaide.
She is. Well, she competed in Brisbane. She's in the quarterfinals in Adelaide. In fact, she's on court right now. Loves to get those matches in before she makes her way to Melbourne. But unfortunately, she can't be here as the defending champion. But Jannik, he's on the way.
He is. And in terms of the women's draw, some great stories too, because you think about Iga trying to win the fourth major, to have all of those in her trophy cabinet.
Yeah, well, she's trying to actually get to her first Australian Open final. She had actually a match point last year. You've got Elena Rybakina, who's playing great tennis, back in the top 5, Coco Gauff. So it should be exciting.
Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, our defending champion, Jannik Sinner.
Good to see you. Good, how are you?
I'll give you a microphone, Jannik. Come in here. Fantastic, congratulations. What is it like holding that and bringing it down once again? You've defended once before.
Yeah, it's
Come up here.
definitely. Yeah, thank you. It's great to see so many people here. It's a very exciting start of the season. Very unusual things to do, holding a trophy before a tournament. It feels great, but definitely different. But it's great to be back here, and I'll hope for a great event.
Talking about different and your preparation for the Australian Open, you did something different last night. And what happened?
We all saw what happened.
Now, is the name Jordan Smith engraved in your mind now?
Yeah, no, look, we were just talking. It's great. It was a great event because, also us players, we still talk about this, and it's great. It was the first time that this was ever, played in like this, and it's honestly no better winner, than him, because, the amateurs, they really need, the money, and it's great. For us, was great to go and step on court, having a packed stadium, doing something completely different, and I was very happy to be part of the show.
It's life-changing, isn't it, what happened for him? It was life-changing for you a couple of years ago, winning your first AO. You went on to defend. What type of mindset do you bring back again now that you know what to expect about going through such a big couple of weeks?
Yeah, the draw is very difficult. It doesn't really matter who you pick. It's we are, the best players in the world, and the way is very, very long and very far. So we will go, day by day. It's, as I always say, especially in the beginning of the season, you never know what to expect. Players, they change a couple of things in the off season. So let's see what's coming. But, we are here to provide, the best possible product, for tennis. And we just try to give our best.
Now, you've won here 2 times. You're going for your 3rd in a row. But how special is it to have an Aussie again in your corner, Darren Cahill, your coach?
Yeah, it's great. Look, we had a nice talk in the end of the year last year, and it's great, to share at least one more season with him. He gives so much calmness, and I feel very safe with him in the corner, and then not only me, but also the rest of the team. So it's great, especially here, for me, playing in Australia with one Australian team member. It's great, and obviously we try to do the best possible we can.
The fans love you, don't you? Yeah. Well, Jannik, we wish you the very best of luck over the coming 2 weeks, and obviously we're about to do the draw, and you'll find out what that looks like. Good luck to you, and we look forward to seeing you back out on Rod Laver Arena.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen,
thanks, Greg.
your champion, Jannik Sinner. Up in there. Just going to get you. Jannik, before you go, we'll just get you with your trophy here. Go for it. Why not? It's yours. For a short while left. Come on, give him another round of applause. Get big. All right, no. Yes. Thank you, Jannik.
Thank you, Jannik.
All right, Elena, it's time now to hand over to our tournament referee who is going to conduct the women's draw. Wayne.
Thank you very much, Elena Todd. We're going to commence with the women's singles draw. We will randomly place the unseeded players into the women's singles draw now. No, just one. Just come
Okay.
Okay, we commence with our number 1 seed on line number 1, Arena Sabalenka. And our number 2 seed on line 128, Iga Swiatek. First ones drawn are seeds 3 and 4. First one drawn onto line 36. Thank you, Peyton. Line 33 is the number 3 seed, Coco Gauff. Next one. And on line 96, we have our number 4 seed, Amanda Anisimova. Seeds 5 through 8 are drawn next. First one drawn onto line 32. We have our number 7 seed, Jasmine Paolini. Thank you. Next is line 64. We have our number 8 seed, Mira Andreeva. Next on line 65, we have our number 6 seed, Jessica Pegula. And on line 97, we have our number 5 seed, Elena Rybakina. Next are seeds 9 through 12. First one drawn onto line 17. We have our 11th seed, Ekaterina Alexandrova. Line 49. We have our 12th seed, Elena Svitolina. Line 80 is next. We have our 9th seed, Madison Keys. And on line 112, we have our 10th seed, Belinda Bencic. Seeds 13 through 16 are next. First one drawn onto line 16. We have our 14th seed, Clara Towson. Line 48 is next. We have our 15th seed, Emma Navarro. Line 81. We have our 13th seed, Linda Noskova. And on line 113, we have our 16th seed, Naomi Osaka. Seeds 17 through 24 are next. First one drawn onto line 9. We have our 17th seed, Victoria Maboko. Line 24. We have our 20th seed, Marta Kostyuk. On line 41, we have our 19th seed, Karolina Muchova. Line 56, we have our 23rd seed, Diana Schneider. Line 73, we have our 22nd seed, Leila Fernandez. Line 88 is next. We have our 24th seed, Yelena Ostapenko. Line 105, we have our 21st seed, Elise Mertens. And on line 120, we have our 18th seed, Ludmila Samsonova. Seeds 25 through 32, completing our women's singles draw. First drawn onto line 8. We have our 28th seed, Emma Raducanu. Line 25. We have our 29th seed, Eva Jovic. Line 40. We have our 32nd seed, Marketa Vondrosova. Line 57. We have our 26th seed, Diana Jastremska. Our line 72, we have our 25th seed, Paula Bedosa. Line 89, our 27th seed, Sophia Kennan. line 104, we have our 30th seed, Maya Joint. And completing our women's singles draw on line 121, we have our 31st seed, Anna Kalinskaya. Thank you very much, Peyton.
Yeah.
All right, so there we have it. Craig and Wayne are just stepping off to go double check and sign off on this draw. As we do that, we're going to go through the quarters very quickly, then they'll be back to do the men's. But Yelena, take us through this, the top half of the draw. Of course, Arina Sabalenka, a champion here in Australia. And straight away, we see Emma Raducanu there in that little top section.
Yeah, we do a potential third round for Sabalenka against Raducanu. Raducanu had a limited preparation, but that's a tough draw, including then you've got some youngsters there with Victoria and Boko, 17 seed, and Clara Towson. And if you look at that kind of whole quarter, Jasmine Paolini, potentially Marta Kostyuk, who got to the final in Brisbane as well. She's in great form. So for Sabalenka, that's kind of that bit of a quarter for her. So she'll be very weary of Raducanu and Kostyuk.
All right, we'll take a look at the second quarter.
And then you've got Coco Gauff, the third seed, a former semi-finalist here, and potentially against Marketa Vondrousova as a Grand Slam champion there.
Interesting to see Venus Williams in there. She'll take on the lefty Danilovic. That could be a tough one for both of them, actually.
Yeah, and also look out for Karolina Muchova. Of course, she's always a dark horse because of how well she plays the Grand Slams, but lots of injuries. You've got Svitolina Navarro-Schneider, Mira Andreeva there as well. But look out for that first round for Andreeva, the unseeded Vekic.
Just moving back up a little bit when you talk about the nations, American tennis. Of course, you've got Emma Navarro and Coco Gauff in that same little section. And of course, all the broadcasters around the world keeping a tight eye on those types of things that move along. Anything else that stands out? Perhaps a non-seeded match there with Tas and Australian interest, Isla Tomljanovic and Maria Sakkari there. That one will be interesting for us to watch.
Yeah, well, it's Tomljanovic and qualifier right there. And then we're going to...
Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Well, they're next to each other, yeah.
Yeah, similar. And then Talia Gibson, the wild card there as well. So we'll be keeping an eye out for some of the Aussies.
For Dana Schneider, that's a difficult unseeded draw there. Two-time Grand Slam champion, Barbora Krejcikova. All right, moving on to the bottom half of the draw. And Jess Pegula sits up there, the number 6 seed. Anything stand out there? Paula Badosa, obviously, in her section.
Watch out for Paula Badosa, the 25th seed, played limited because of a back injury, but she's played some good tennis already this year. But how about this? You got Madison Keys there, as well as then if you look down to Amanda Anisimova. So I think that's, I would say, the toughest quarter of the draw right there.
Sophia Kenin, who of course has had success here, sitting in that piece there with Amanda Anisimova. And just quickly on Madison Keys, that opportunity to come back and defend, how do you think she might handle that?
Yeah, I think she'll be, okay, she's playing a lot of matches, played in Brisbane. She's in Adelaide right now. I think for her it will be really the key, getting through the first couple of rounds. That's where you get a lot of nerves. And it'll be interesting then if she does have to play another American right there in the 4th round.
And down to the bottom half, or the bottom quarter, I should say, Elena Rybakina, who is sitting up the top there. In that little section, a lot of interest from Australia because Maya Joint over the last 12 months has risen through the rankings. First time being seeded at a major, and a big opportunity for her to see how far she can go after really debuting here last year.
Yeah, she takes on Teresa Valentova, a youngster from Czechia there. Potential 3rd round with Elena Rybakina, former finalist here, who won the WTF finals at the end of the year, got herself back into the top 5. And then you look down, you've got Belinda Bencic, who's back in the top 10 as well. And then, of course, Naomi Osaka right there, potential 4th round with Iga Swiatek.
Okay, so there we have it, our women's draw. All looking very interesting indeed, and we'll all sort of keep on studying that. And then as Wayne and Craig get ready for the men's draw, our 2 trophies, the Daphne Akhurst Memorial Cup and our Norman Brooks Challenge Cup, they have been travelling around Victoria on our AO series. Let's take a look at where they've been. Fantastic little montage of where our two trophies have travelled around our magnificent state of Victoria. Well, the women's draw is complete. It has been signed off, and I'll pass it back over to Wayne now to do our men's draw.
Thank you very much. We, again, will start with our unseeded players. They will be randomly placed into the draw. Okay, we again start with our number 1 seed on line number 1, Carlos Alcaraz. And on line 1 to 8, we have our number 2 seed, Jannik Sinner. Seeds 3 and 4 are next. First one drawn onto line 33. Thank you, Tash. We have our number 3 seed, Alexander Zverev. And on line 96, number 4 seed, Novak Djokovic. Seeds 5 through 8 are next. First one drawn onto line 32. We have our number 6 seed, Alex de Minaur. Next one onto line 64. Number 7 seed, Felix Auger-Aliassime. Line 65. The number 5 seed, Lorenzo Musetti. And on line 97, number 8 seed, Ben Shelton. Seeds 9 through 12. First drawn onto line 17. Number 10 seed, Alexander Bublik. Line 49. Number 11 seed, Daniil Medvedev. Line 80. Number 9 seed, Taylor Fritz. And on line 112, we have our number 12th seed, Casper Ruud. Seeds 13 through 16. First drawn onto line 16. We have our 14th seed, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. Line 48. We have our 13th seed, Andrei Rublev. Line 81. We have our 16th seed, Jacob Mensik. Line 113. We have our 15th seed, Karen Hachanov. Seeds 17 through 24 are next. First one drawn onto line 9. We have our 19th seed, Tommy Paul. Line 24. We have our 20th seed, Flavio Coboli. Line 41. We have our 18th seed, Francisco Cerandulo. Line 56. We have our 24th seed, Arthur Rindenek. Line 73. We have our 17th seed, Jiri Lehechka. Line 88. We have our 23rd seed, Talon Brixpor. Line 105. We have our 21st seed, Denis Shapovalov. And on line 120, we have our 22nd seed, Luciano Darderi. We complete with seeds 25 through 32. First drawn onto line 8. We have our 32nd seed, Corentin Moutet. Line 25. We have our 29th seed, Francis Tiafoe. Line 40. We have our 26th seed, Cameron Norrie. Line 57. Our 25th seed, Lerna Tien. Line 72. We have our 31st seed, Stefanov Tsitsipas. Line 89. Our 27th seed, Brandon Nakashima. Line 104. We have our 30th seed, Valentin Vacherol. And completing our men's singles draw on line 121, we have our 28th seed, João Fonseca. Thank you very much, Taj.
Thank you, Taj. Well done to you. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Craig. They will go on just momentarily. Make sure that everything is in order. Just a couple of stats for you here as we get ready to take a look at that top quarter. In that men's draw, we've got three AO champions. We've got 6 Grand Slam champions out of all of that. 18 others have at least reached one semi-final, 95 for the top 100, one 40-year-old, and 3 who share a birthday with Roger Federer. How about that?
Do you know who they are?
No.
Doesn't matter. All right.
Let's take a look at this top quarter, and it's very interesting. I think from an Aussie perspective, straight up, we know that Adam Walton is going to be playing on Rod Laver Arena when he takes on Carlos Alcaraz, so a big one for him.
It is, but how do you see this quarter playing out? Because, of course, Alex de Minaur is here, the 6th seed, and he doesn't have an easy draw, does he?
No, he doesn't. Of course, that's a career-high ranking for Alex, and he will be looking at Carlos and thinking, well, it's not absolutely perfect. Even more so, the matchup against Matteo Berrettini Berrettini, a tough one for him. They played at Wimbledon a couple of years back, Matteo winning that. But this is a very interesting section, without doubt. You've got Bublik in there who can do anything. The matchup with him against Jensen Brooksby is a game of different styles, so that's got some contrast to it. Tommy Paul is always dangerous and has started to play very well in majors consistently, so it's a big quarter.
Even a potential Tiafo Dimonor third round. That's quite a third round.
We would love to see that if they could get to there. So that's the top quarter. Let's go into quarter two. And it looks like this. Alexander Zverev taking on the Canadian Gabriel Diallo, who he has some big firepower. Alexei Poprin taking on Muller. What else stands out for you there?
Well, you've got Andrei Rublev. He's kind of making a bit of a comeback after last year. He's 13th seed, so just dropped out of the top 10, just like Daniil Medvedev, but unbelievable players to try and maybe face off against Felix Auger-Aliassime. So that I look at that as a bit of a more open quarter there. Is that an opportunity for Zverev to get to the semis again?
Well, you've got Medvedev, who of course won in Brisbane. He's in interesting form and looks quite relaxed, which is nice to see. Lerner Tien as well, somebody that many in the game are talking about. Felix has been in very good form. So that's the top half as we move on to our third quarter. And Lorenzo Musetti, who obviously has been playing some terrific tennis. Probably he came off his match the other day. I would say he'd had enough and he's prepared. We'll see what he's able to do.
Well, we'll see, because there was some a hip issue there, so hopefully he can take the court. But fifth seed potential, though, there's Stefanos Tsitsipas in the third round. And look out for Grigor Dimitrov. He's there in the draw, not seeded after his injury at Wimbledon last year, so always dangerous. But have a look at Taylor Fritz in that part of the draw. Novak Djokovic as well.
Well, I think that's the one we talk about. He takes on Pedro Martinez. It's a good little section for him, I think, to get into the tournament. And that would be exactly what he was after. So we'll see how far he can go. But on line 85, Hubert Hurkacz has been coming back from injury, and the United Cup was almost the MVP in terms of the male players that week.
And you look at this quarter of the draw and you say whoever gets through, that's a semi-final spot. So it's quite open, isn't it?
And down to the final quarter. Ben Shelton. Always look at Ben Shelton in a draw and go, okay, when's that time that he continues to get back to that top four or maybe even reach a final? And this is a section that for him, I think he'll look at and go, oh, I've got opportunity to go deep.
Yeah, but a tough one against Hugo Humbert in the first round, who's such a quality player, a lefty.
Two lefties.
Well, two lefties, yeah, never easy. You've got Denis Shapovalov there, Casper Ruud, of course, Khachanov, Fonseca. I really look at that part of the draw with Sinner. Is that a potential third round there as well?
Well, it's certainly a section of the draw that over time we're going to be seeing more of. We'll see how Giles' form is, having not played too much before this AO.
We've also got Rinky Hijikata, the Australian wildcard. He's in that part of the draw against Adrian Manarino.
Well, there we have it. That's the draw. It's done. Everybody can get in and study it. How are we? We all good to go?
All good, Todd.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our formalities of our draw today. If you would like to get onto our AO app, you can then download all of this, work it all out, and see who you think is going to reach the finals in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And we look forward to it all getting underway on Sunday. Thank you.